Good morning. Happy Monday, the 21st of June. I'm Jessica Amir, Senior Market Analyst with Bell Direct. Well, on Friday, US stocks skidded lower because investors are now thinking and pricing in that US interest rates will be hiked as soon as 2022. Now, it comes as one of the 12 regional US reserve banks, the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, said that this will be the case. So we saw the S&P 500 fall 1.3, the Nasdaq lost 0.9, but it wasn't all doom and gloom for tech stocks. We saw heavyweights like DocuSign up 5, Adobe up almost 3, and Tesla rose 1%. Now, what to watch today for us? The futures were early suggesting that the market will follow Wall Street's footsteps. The ASX 200 futures were down by 1.5% early. Keep in mind, though, the Aussie stocks have been much more resilient than US markets of late. Last week, our market rose almost 0.9%, and we did claim our fifth weekly rise, whereas in US last week we saw their main indices fall. The Nasdaq lost 0.2%, the Dow Jones lost over 3%. Now, four key elements, I guess, should be in focus today. The first one, economic news. Preliminary Australian retail sales data are out today for May. April sales showed that sales were upbeat 1.1%, but May is not expected to be as strong, but it's still expected to be a positive month. Secondly, today is the 8th last trading day for end of financial year. So this week I'd be expecting more investors to continue to readjust their portfolio. So we'll likely see more buying into the tech sector. Why? Because the tech sector is undervalued compared to its February high. Plus, we're seeing a lot of tech companies upgrade their outlooks. This is supporting the broad tech sector rally as well as individual stocks. Lastly, there's $250 billion headed to the US tech sector, and also some Aussie stocks could be beneficiaries of that, particularly blue chip, or particularly rather semiconductor firms and chip companies. So thinking ALUBRN, for example. Thirdly, we know that there's a housing boom. Builders, I guess, are struggling to get timber due to the timber shortage. Lumber prices hit a record high in May of $1,700 US per thousand board feet, but prices have pulled back and are now around $900. Either way, you'd expect listed lumber and wood producers to perhaps to continue to do well, like Big River Industries, BRI. They're up 70% this year. Last week, they're up 6.1%. But don't forget, Bunnings is the owner, or Bunnings is owned by Wesfarmers, WES. They're also a beneficiary of timber sales. But it's interesting, if you look at other lumber stocks like Midway, MWY, they're reporting adverse factors that will impact this financial year. Midway says despite the headlines, domestic and international demand is weak. And its business was also impacted by La Nina. On top of that, it's also in price negotiations with a major Japanese customer. All of this is why MWY was downgraded by Bell Potter recently to a hold. The fourth element to watch today is on the commodity front. There's a lot of moves going on. The oil price is steady though at $71.84 US, but it's up by 0.3%. The iron ore price has fallen almost 2% and it trades at $217 US, while the copper price, that's a big news item, that fell to a 2-month low. It's lost 1.2%. Collectively over the week, it's down 7% because China is attempting to control the price and expected to sell their reserves in copper, aluminium and zinc in batches. And lastly, keep an eye on some of the most traded stocks at Bell Direct on Friday. We saw investors buying the dip into Galaxy Resources, GXY, and it rose by 4% on Friday, but that wasn't enough to recoup last week's fall of 14%. On Friday at Bell Direct, we also saw traders buying into Chalice CHN, buying the dip there. So CHN rose by about 1%, but over the week it fell almost 20%. And lastly, trading ideas that could be worth a look. Avita Therapeutics, AVH, was reiterated as a Bell Potter buy with a $9.80 target, implying over 70% upside in their shares in a year. Now, AVH upgraded their revenue guidance for the fourth quarter due to stronger than expected demand from hospitals buying their RECELL spray for their spray-on skin product. And FY revenues are upgraded by 4%. Lastly, bullish charting signals have been seen in Bubs Australia. Importantly, Bubs is going into the US market with Walmart and Amazon, and bullish charting signals have also been spotted in Xero, XRO and AMP, and that's according to Trading Central. Have a great day.